In an instant, your life can change. Mine did. I had an accident and suffered a traumatic brain injury, a TBI. I was locked within my brain by a thick, blurry glass wall. I could touch and pound on this wall with all my might, but I was not able to break through. I was completely disconnected from everything outside the prison of my brain, including my own body. I could see my feet, but my brain didn't know where my feet were. Getting information into and out of the prison of my brain was extraordinarily challenging. The world I lived in my entire life had become a foreign outside world, and I no longer knew how it worked. I also didn't understand why the people who loved me and the doctors who helped me would not help me escape, but they did not have the tools. I lost the ability to read, write, add simple numbers, and I wasn't able to speak a simple 2-3 word sentence. My left temporal lobe, the verbal center, was decimated. I was given an endless list of no's and nevers and impossibles. I would never be able to do anything physical again. I would never be able to work with wood and garden. I would never ever be able to go to school. I was no longer in charge of my money, and decisions were made for me. Over and over again I was told it was impossible to heal the brain. However, the solution to completely healing my brain was inside. My name is Kathy Gaffney, and I have developed a precise 3-phase method that completely healed and enhanced my brain better than before the TBI. I will share a little of my brain healing journey. Before I entered the rehabilitation hospital, I stumbled onto my #1 brain healing technique, my inner awareness training, which is step by step being aware of how my inner body responds, moves, and connects. My first step is I became aware that my body would open and become warm and feel good when I was around people who had my best interest. My inner awareness training, being aware of my inner body, was the sole reason, was the key to unlocking the prison of my brain and for all my successes and improvement in my brain healing journey. At the rehabilitation hospital, I worked diligently, but none of the techniques were able to break through the thick, blurry glass wall. Although they were very happy with my minute improvements, I wasn't. I was light years away from where I was pre-TBI. I wanted my life back. I wanted to be better than before the TBI. Around 1 year post-TBI, the professional asked what I wanted to do with my life. I thought, who's the one with the TBI? What about the endless list of no's and nevers? At this point, I accepted that the rehabilitation method did not have a solution to completely heal my brain. I heard of other no-brainers going to school, and I thought that would make my brain smart, liberate me, and most importantly, reconnect me. I told my rehabilitation team that I wanted to go to college. Did not go well, but I was adamant. They adjusted some of my therapies to prepare me for college, but unfortunately I did not know what a sentence was and how to write it. I worked diligently using all these techniques to write a sentence, but I still was not able to write a sentence. That's when I developed my second step into my inner awareness training. I had a gut sense to become aware of how my muscles and joint was moving in my arm. As I was reaching for the pen with the blue rubber triangle cushion, I became aware of the muscles and elbow joint moving in my arm, and for the first time since the TBI, I experienced a little clarity and focus. As I grasped the blue rubber triangle cushion, I became aware of new muscles and joints, smaller ones in my hand, while also being aware of the previous ones in my arm. And I experienced another level of clarity. Before I put pen to paper, I made a conscious decision to delve deep into my inner awareness training. And step by step, I became aware of new muscles, joints, etc., in previous ones, and I started to understand what a sentence was. Rather quickly, I was able to write a sentence, then a paragraph. What's most interesting is when I did not use my inner awareness training, when I just tried to write a sentence, I floundered. While continuing my therapies at the rehabilitation hospital, I started at the university. The first year I made the dean's list. Pretty good for someone who's told they could never ever go to school. And this is very, very important. While other people focus on the outside improvements, success, techniques and methods, nothing outside the thick, blurry glass wall. Rehabilitation techniques, sports, dance, art, martial arts, nothing outside was able to break through the thick, blurry glass wall. The solution was inside my inner awareness training, which I needed to step by step to continue to develop. Around 2 years post-TBI, the rehabilitation hospital said there was nothing more they can do. I continued at the university and did well, receiving A's and B's. But the thick, blurry glass wall was completely intact. If I continued going to school, I would have a degree, a piece of paper which would do nothing to free me from the TBI. I discovered that information is not transformation. Here's an analogy. If an engine is clogged or running rough, or a computer is slow, I wouldn't add more fuel into the engine or input more information into the computer and expect it to be fixed. Well, it's the same with the brain. Importing more outside intellectual information or techniques into a busted brain and expecting it to break through the thick blurry glass prison is nuts. The solution was inside. My job was to step by step develop ways to delve deep into my awareness training, which helped me to develop my precise three-phase method that completely healed and enhanced my brain better than before. Here are a few of my accomplishments since I've completely healed my brain. Please keep in mind they happened at the same time. While I was working full-time building log spiral stairs, I was the head instructor of a martial art class at CU, part-time through the rec center. I was also doing my own training and had a full social life. I've written a book, Better Than Before, Completely Healing and Enhancing My Brain, an autobiography, which describes my brain healing journey and the method I've developed. I learned a long time ago that the only place impossible resides is in the mind, but not in mine, and hopefully not in yours. Please check my website for more information, and I look forward to you reading my book. Mahalo.